Oh, Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard to get her old dog a bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare, so the poor dog got none. I think that's how it goes.
That doesn't rhyme very good. Bone and none? Should be bone and none.
We're rolling right now?
Bone and none. We're rolling? Oh.
We're rolling.
Good morning.
Good morning. How do you sleep?
Super good.
What position do you sleep?
Oh, how do I sleep? Like what, physically? I think for the most part, I'm a back sleeper. Occasionally on my side.
What do you do with your arms?
Just down my side. Or maybe sometimes they're on my chest or stomach maybe. Kind of like folded. I don't know.
Crystal, because she's pregnant, she has to sleep on her side. Apparently, you can't sleep on your back when you're pregnant. Just all over the place. Like he's upside
he's a
down,
toddler.
right side up. He's all over the place. But I don't move when I sleep, man. I sleep like mummy style, like arms crossed, like I'm in a coffin. And that's how I wake up.
Pass out.
I'm
really?
past that, yeah.
You don't move at all?
Not really, man.
Oh man, sometimes I occasionally roll around and.
If I'm hot, I'll move. Like I'll kick one foot out or something like that. But if I'm like perfect setting, I've got this pillow that it's like a chiropractic recommended pillow. Like it's got a high part for my neck, but then my head falls back.
Okay.
So that my natural spinal curvature can be there while I'm sleeping. But then I'll put that on. It locks my head in place, and then I sleep with my arms crossed, and I'm like out for the count.
Great. I use a MyPillow.
I love my pillow. I was using that one for like years. Brandon got me one as a gift, and then I switched over to that chiropractic pillow to see how that felt.
And you like it more?
I like them both pretty good.
More stability?
The thing about the MyPillow, it's super solid. But the thing about this new pillow is that apparently you don't want your head to be supported. You want your head to fall back and your neck to be supported. From what I had, I think I had a podcast on it or something.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't know. Don't know. How you doing, man?
Good.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
My feet are sore.
Your feet? Oh,
My
yeah.
feet
You
are
walked.
sore.
Would you walk 20 miles?
20 miles. We had that qualifier march on Saturday. Got up at 2:30 in the morning, went to the park, walked 20 miles. You joined us for 5.
About 5.5, yeah.
5.5. I somehow roped one of the guys from my church to do the whole 20 miles with me. So
oh, he got there at the same time as you?
Yeah, he was there the whole time, man.
Gotcha.
So he jumped in. He met me there at 4, and we went until 11, so 6 hours straight. And we were looking.
That's 7 hours.
It was 6 hours, I think. The total GPS time was 6 hours, 1 minute, and 52 seconds. We started a little bit after 4, and
isn't that 7 hours?
A little bit after 10, I guess. So once it's all shaked out, it was like 6 hours, 1 minute. But I had to do that qualifying thing for the 50-mile march, and they required a pace of 3.2 or greater or faster. So we were trying to like look at our phone. It was given to me in split time, like 18. I think it was supposed to be like 18.25. What is that?
Pace.
Yeah, pace. And then I'm trying to like do the math and trying to get to 3.2. And then we had like a mile left to go, and it was like really close. And I'm like, man, I don't want to disqualify.
No
so
kidding.
we sprinted the last mile.
Don't tell them.
Yeah, and man, that was rough too, because by that point our feet were like hurting pretty good. And
you could have sprinted the first mile and then gotten that out of the way, and it would have set you up for it.
That would have been good for sure. And honestly, like I think we wound up averaging like 3.33 miles per hour as opposed to 3.2. So we were definitely faster than need be. But yeah, man, my feet are so jacked up. I don't like my feet. I like everything on my body but my feet. You know? I don't have a foot fetish on my feet because, like, man, they just hurt. Like, they always hurt no matter what I do, no matter what footwear I get and try out. It's never good.
Because you do a lot of the barefoot or the zero drop, wide toe box, thin sole.
I didn't
footwear.
use that for these, though. For this 20 miler, I wanted to test out some new boots, but my feet still hurt, so I don't know what the solution is.
Yeah.
I just need to get like levitation pads where my feet are like always 6 inches off the ground.
Yeah, just get the ones that have wheels on them.
Wheels.
Just scoot around.
What are those called? Wheelies or something like that?
I don't know. Never had.
Did you do those when you were a kid?
No.
No? My brother did. He was always zipping around. I never did that.
I was jealous.
You were jealous of the wheelie kids?
I think I had the shoes that had the little light up heels, like they had the lights in there. Every time
yeah,
you
what were
stepped,
those called?
I don't remember.
They had like a name for them, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Skechers was really, I think Skechers
Yeah,
was
they
like
might have been
first
like
one
the
that did that.
pioneers. I forget.
Light up shoes.
But what's the pace then of the 50-mile march? Is
3.2.
Okay, so
Yeah,
they try to
really.
maintain, like they have a pace car and everything, all that kind of.
Yeah, they have a pace car, but it's kind of weird, man, because like they called it this accordion effect. So like you'll have people in the very front start to walk faster, and the people in the back are like dragging, and then the people in the front will slow down and they'll try to speed up. It just becomes like this accordion
That's
thing.
what happens in traffic. That's what.
Yeah.
That's how like traffic jams
Same concept with people, man. There'll be like a big gap in between, and with this one having more than 300 registrants, like this is massive compared to prior years. So hopefully they're safe. That's why they did the qualifier, I think, because like they want to just weed out the people that can't do it.
That makes sense. It's good that it's growing so good.
It is.
It's
I mean,
huge.
the donations towards the veterans has grown every year. It sucks every step, but it's worth it for sure.
Yep.
What else you want to talk about, man? We had a launch.
We launched Tallow cookie dough
Tallow cookie
over the
dough.
weekend, and it sold out in 24 minutes.
24 minutes. We did have a super small production run of this, and we told people that too. We're like, look, this is an experimental flavor. We're trying out some new tallow operations. There's not going to be that many. It's going to be first come, first serve. I mean, we try to give people the heads up, and we sold out in 24 minutes. And we got other flavors in the pipeline that are exciting.
Yes.
So yeah, super grateful for that. We're packaging that today. We're mixing and pouring another flavor today. Lots of exciting things at the compound.
Yep.
It's interesting. We can kind of jump into this now. We were talking about this in the gym this morning, but I've noticed that there's 3 types of customers when we sell out of launches. All right. So customer group number 1 are the ones that know or expect we're going to sell out. So they're like, set the alarm. They're right there on top of it. They get their bricks in time. And they message and they're like, super appreciative. Got my bricks. Congrats, y'all. Keep killing it. Really appreciate what you're doing. Love what y'all are doing. You know, like that's customer group number 1.
And we have a lot of those.
We have a lot
of super loyal, like
there are
hardcore.
loyal, foundational, hard, and just true, legit people. Those are the people that I owe my everything to. They were with us in the beginning. That's who our past, present, and future is built on. Forever grateful. The second group are people that didn't get the bricks in time, but they're still super positive and upbeat. They say, oh, shoot, we missed it. Y'all are killing it. Congrats on the quick sellout. I'll definitely be there next time. Keep rocking it. Keep bringing in new flavors. That group of people I'm incredibly appreciative of because that's our future. Like I want to give a good, presentation to them, and I want to be able to do right by them. Those are the ones that will email me, and I'll respond back on Sunday afternoon during family time. Like I'll go out of my way to be there for those people.
Because they're also from group 1.
Yeah.
Like they just missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third group is the group that will email, and we got one of these emails. We got a couple of these.
We got a lot of like social media comments, and
and they will say something to the effect of, what's the point of even being on this newsletter list? Y'all are always sold out. Y'all don't know how to run a business. I'm unsubscribing. This is stupid. And that group of people, if y'all are listening to this podcast, stop shopping for bricks. I don't want your money. I don't want your headache. I don't want your negativity. That group of people, it just goes out of their way to be negative. And for that reason, like I don't want that business. I don't want that headache. Like we are a family-owned business. We've been boots on the ground from day one. We've kept it all in-house. The people that recognize that, appreciate it, know that that's what we stand behind and our morals and integrity. Like I will bend over backwards for that group of people. But the people that are going to like just throw shade because they missed it or they're just trying to be negative or they're mad at the world and pissed off, it's like, I don't want their money. I don't want their business. I don't want their headache,
We do appreciate the feedback, of course, but the way that it's sent to us, like we understand we sell out and people get bummed out, and that's the way of the world with a lot of things that are popular. But
yeah, I'll take constructive criticism all day long and act on it and explain why we do things the way we do. Like I'm totally open and receptive to that. But people that are just mad at life and trying to cast that onto others, like. That when we first started, and Crystal was fielding all of that social media content and emails, like when that was what her job was, man, she would go to bed crying at night because like we're just like bending over backwards, breaking our backs to try and make all this reality, and then she would just get like inundated with all this negativity, and it's like life's too short for that, Like I'll pour into the people that are positive and upbeat and optimistic, but people that are just, glass half empty kinds, like I just. Take your troubles elsewhere.
There's so many of them. We get there's been a few names that have kind of filtered into our social media ads and posts and everything, and we see them on several of the posts and a lot of the content, and they're just always just Debbie Downers. They just go out of their way. They spend way too much time just downing and bringing a negative perception to something on social media. Mm-hmm. And can you imagine, like, I can't imagine being that kind of person. Like, you're just festering all this negativity in your mind, and you're just like finding any type of outlet to spew it out at. Imagine how shitty your life must feel.
It's a cancer, man. And like I've had employees like that, and then it bleeds into my other workforce. Yeah. So you gotta get those
and
out
it's contagious.
Quick. Super contagious.
Like it's toxicity. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know, like that used to really bother me in the beginning, but now it doesn't really so much. Like I'll take the constructive criticism because it's coming from a good place and people like may have something legitimate to offer.
For sure.
And I'll always try to get better and do right by them. But like it becomes very clear when people are just trying to be hateful.
Yep.
And with those kind of people, it doesn't really bother me anymore because it's like, look, if you, like me personally as a consumer of things, if I don't like something, I'll just move on to the next thing.
Just don't throw your money at it.
I don't throw my money at it. I don't let it fester. I don't go out of my way to like talk shit on people.
Right.
You know? So when people do that, it's obvious, man, that they just like, they're just unhappy in life. Like they've got this facade they're putting up this front. It's like, they're just unhappy.
I think they just have parts of their life that are just not the way they want them to be. So they find a way to redirect that negativity and make sure if somebody else feels negative as well.
Crabs in a bucket, man. Yeah. Crabs in a bucket.
But it's like going to the grocery store and buying something that you've never bought before and getting home and not liking it. You're not going to like go out of your way to just completely dismantle that business. You're just going to not buy it again. You're going to be like, okay, we tried it. Wasn't good.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people that comment on social media and all of our product posts and everything. And they say like, oh, nasty, gross, blah, blah, blah. And I like to comment back on some of those and say, oh, well, which flavors did you try? You know, thanks for giving us a shot. And half of them haven't even tried it.
Yeah.
So they just knock it before they even give it a chance.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get some feedback saying that it's too salty. And oftentimes those are for people that are not yet fat adapted, so they don't crave the salt as much.
Yep.
They're looking for more of like a sweet Snickers bar.
They're used to Hershey's.
Yeah. So obviously we're different from them. But I do get, like, it's interesting to me for people that buy a food product, and we have like a refund policy and what that states and everything on the website, but like people just, if they don't like something, demand, like they'll eat half of it and they'll demand a refund. Or an exchange or something. And I've never gone to a grocery store, eaten half a bag of chips, and then decided that I wanted to refund or an exchange.
Because you didn't like the chips.
Yeah. Some people are just like that. I went to I think I told you this. I was at Harps the other day getting some gas or something. And there was a guy there, and he had this old sweet potato.
Oh, you told me this.
Yeah. And like I was just like trying to understand human psychology with like refunds and returns and exchanges and stuff like that. And I just don't understand why people would do that. But then I went to the grocery store and I saw this guy doing just that at the grocery store. He had gotten this sweet potato that he had obviously had for quite some time. Like it was, you know, sprouting a bunch of stuff. It was sprouting a bunch of stuff. He had peeled half of it. So half of it was peeled. Half of it was like sprouting, you know, stuff off. And then he's like, hey, I really don't like this sweet potato. Can I exchange it for a can of beans? I'm like,
that's so dumb.
Doing? But I'm like, those are the people that are buying the bricks and like doing some crazy weird thing.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know, people are funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people do feel a little extra entitled for some reason.
Yeah. But the vast majority of our folks are not like that. They're like the super positive, upbeat people that like will message and say, hey, I was following y'all from day one when you and Crystal were in the kitchen making these by hand. Awesome to see how far you've come. I'll be a customer for life. Like that is the majority of our customer base. And for those people, like, you are all family in my book.
There's a lot of you guys out there because we were just doing a little bit of Shopify. We were just digging up some numbers and some sales history and everything. And there's some people in there that have been around for a long time.
There is.
A lot of orders, a lot of total volume, a lot of money spent.
Which speaking of, we could probably do a couple updates on things because we kind of like give people the behind the scenes on this podcast. So update number one, separate from the Keto Brick business, is that we had talked on this podcast about having a retreat for bodybuilding that coincided with a local competition here in June. Not my competition, but another competition. Yeah. We are not going to do that. We're going to nix that simply because I was crunching the numbers. I was trying to look at the calendar, make it all work. And the reality is that we were going to do that 1 week before Crystal was due with my second son. And I just felt like I would be selfish for doing that, expecting it to all work out, and then not being there completely for her, especially if something did come up. And I didn't want to do wrong by her. I didn't want to do wrong by any of the attendees that would have come that I'd have to leave. So we're just going to nix that all together. It could be like a casual meet and greet. Like if people want to come out to that other show and do that, by all means, like we'll have a booth there. We'll probably all go get a lift in or something. So it can casually be like a meet and greet, but it's not going to be an organized retreat.
Yep.
We'll do my show still in September. That's definitely set in stone and going to happen. We'll have the baby by then. And then we'll probably do another retreat later in the year.
Maybe in the fall.
Yeah, probably in the fall. So there's an update on that. Other update, kind of riding on what you were talking about with people that have been with us for forever and are just super loyal customers. We're working on a loyalty program with the Bricks that is super exciting. You and I've got a call on it later this afternoon, our like third call with this company. Trying to build everything out. We don't know all the nuts and bolts of that yet, but it's going to be cool. I'm excited.
And the people who have been with us for a long time are going to be right up there.
Yeah,
top tier.
They're going to be top tier.
Yep.
It's going to be a tier system. More incentive the higher tier you are. There's going to be points integrated into it. I don't, again, know exactly all the nuts and bolts of it yet. We have to customize all that. I got to crunch some numbers, but I want it to always be like, I want to always give people a reason and incentive to always be loyal to us. Like we will go above and beyond for people that have shown that loyalty, and we're going to just weave that into this loyalty program. So I'm excited about that.
We want to shout them out.
Yeah. Other update, we got we had another call with the apparel website redesign. That's going to look slick.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that.
We chose our theme for the storefront.
Yep, the template.
Tweak that. She's going to customize and build that out. It's going to be awesome.
I got a new camera, so I'm going to start getting all kinds of cool product shots for the apparel. We're all going to take a team day, not this weekend, but next weekend. We're all going to go camping together as a team.
And hiking.
And
probably grill some food.
On your new Blackstone.
Yeah, I haven't broken it in yet.
Yeah, you got to break that in. Yep. We got to get it seasoned. Does it come pre-seasoned?
I don't know what this
probably
is. I need to get some utensils and all the little things.
But we'll do that. But I'm gonna get some cool lifestyle shots of both the Bricks and maybe some of the apparel when we're all together out camping. That'd be cool. We could use that for kind of populating the website.
Speaking of new camera and product shots and all that kind of stuff, did we talk about kind of grabbing the ads by the horns and starting to...
I don't know if we've talked about that on the podcast.
Start to create some more ad content.
But that's one thing that you and I are going to be doubling down into. So we've got... we started the business in 2018. It's grown organically since then. A lot of companies will start and then automatically start doing paid advertising as their primary vehicle for new customers. We didn't start doing advertising until... I think 4 years into the business.
For Keto Brick?
Yeah. So like everything was built organically, natively, without pay-per-click advertising. And we started doing that, and I don't know. I've got an honest, good, solid ads team now, but that's the one aspect of the business that I don't know front and back. Like everything else I've done. I've done the newsletters. I've done the website design. I've obviously made the bricks. Like everything in the business I've done myself so that I can know it front and back and be able to like troubleshoot. That's the one thing that I haven't done. So again, I've got a great ads team, but I want to just like know it front and back better so that I can point them in the right direction, but then also give them better ad creative and it hit better. So you and I have been going through an online course on paid advertising, trying to teach ourselves that. And man, that's like freaking learning how to code JavaScript.
Well, yeah, the actual publication of ads and monitoring ads and tweaking them and optimizing them is totally crazy. But what's going to be fun to do is more of some ad creation. Like part of that online course includes how to capture attention, how long to make your ad, how to video it, how to whatever you're going to try to do with the ad, and how to optimize it for that reason. So there's like different portions of the ad.
So we're going to be filming all that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be cool because like Chip, I got him rocking all kinds of course stuff. He's going to get that knocked out here soon. So I don't want to pull him from that to do ad stuff. And I need to honestly get brushed up on editing again anyways. I used to do all the videos, but it's like I wrote about this in my newsletter. I've had the luxury of having Chip. It's like, but I don't want to not know how to do that anymore. I don't want to get too rusty that I forget. So I'm going to like dust off the camera, dust off the editing software, and pick that back up for the ads specifically. And we're going to film. It's going to be cool. We're going to film some educational ads.
Yep.
But it's going to be like commercials. Crystal always makes fun of how I say that. How do you say commercial? I say commercial.
Wait, say it again.
Commercial.
Commercial?
Yeah. How do you say it?
Commercial.
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 Commercial?
Yeah, it's an ER.
Commercial.
COMMER.
Maybe that's just my southern accent.
Say it again.
Commercial.
That was like a Marshall. Commercial.
Commercial, yeah.
Commercial?
I'm training rides to say commercial instead of commercial.
Commercial.
So we'll do that, but it'll be cool because we'll like film all these. We're gonna film some funny ones, like Super Bowl.
Yeah, we got
funny.
some pretty fun ideas.
Yeah, we got some pretty good ideas. So it's gonna be like ads. Like people don't like being sold to. They like getting value, entertainment, education, motivation. They want value.
Yeah.
So I want the ads to be something that people actually benefit from watching, whether it like teaches you something or makes you chuckle or is just like totally off the wall, grabs your attention. And I feel like we can make some pretty comedic stuff. And I'm like, we have all the tools at our disposal. Like we do everything in-house. We've got the kitchen, we've got the production, we've got the warehouse space, we've got the camera gear, we've got the team. It's going to be good. Like,
the only thing missing is time.
Yeah, that's the one thing we don't have is time. So, yeah, we got to figure that one out.
We'll get it.
I honestly think if you and I start working out here like we talked about before, we're working out at 5, we finish at 6, get a shower 6:30, ready to rock. We've got an hour and a half before everybody else gets in. So in that time, we can have that. I'd be curious to get your thoughts on this. We can use that hour and a half to knock out all of our daily admin stuff like clients and emails, or we could save that for after the meeting and then have that time to just do all the creative work before any of this stuff starts coming at us for the day.
We may fluctuate that. We'll give it some trial and error and see what works best. But yeah we'll have uninterrupted time. But
that'll be good. I think productivity will be better. Honestly, like I've been excited about the ad stuff because I'm learning something new. Like I was kind of getting burnt out a little bit because I've been just going a million miles an hour and I'm spread too thin. But once we started going through that online course and learning some of the stuff, like it's daunting, it's stressful. It's like, man, what the heck? I've had to rewatch this video like 15 times because the guy goes too fast. But I'm learning new skills, and that energizes me. That fills me up. That fills my cup. Like last week, I was like, man, this Thursday I'm just going to take a day off. I'm going to recharge. I'm going to do something totally different. And now I'm just going to be here at the compound, getting things cleaned and organized and working on the stuff that I like working on because, I mean, this does fill my cup if I'm learning something new.
Yeah.
You know? So
never stop learning.
Never stop learning. Never stop learning.
Yep. Agreed.
What else in the pipeline, man? How long were you talking? How long are we going, Chip? 20 minutes?
23 minutes.
That's kind of short. We got to keep going, man. What else are we going to talk about?
What do you got going on this upcoming weekend?
This weekend is Easter, so we've got we'll do like a little Easter egg hunt with Raj. We did an Easter egg hunt with the church last Sunday, but we'll do one at the house this week. We're demoing that house this week.
Oh, sweet.
So I've got the excavator at the house, and we're going to tear down that old house that's been on the property for forever. And I just haven't pulled the trigger on doing that up to this point. Like I bought the house in 2020, and it's been just a freaking eyesore ever since. And I just need to, I just need to do it.
It's too bad lightning didn't accidentally hit it. Like,
I was hoping it would,
Yeah.
But yeah, lightning hasn't accidentally hit it. So we're going to demo it. That'll make it look way, way better. And then we went to visit some neighbors of ours down the road, like here, 15 minutes down the road, so considered our neighbors. But we talked to them. They've got like this whole regenerative agriculture set up. They've got pigs. They've got broiler chickens. They've got.
Oh, you're talking about Stan?
Yeah, Stan.
Okay, yeah.
He's got cows. He's got what else he got? Pigs, lambs, chickens for meat, chickens for eggs, and cows. And he's rotating everything the right way. Like he's got all these poly fences, and he'll have the cows go through, and then 3 days later, he'll have the chickens follow the cows. I'm probably going to butcher this, but he'll have the chickens follow the cows to eat any of the larvae from the poop of the cows before he has the lamb come through, because you don't want, the reason rotational grazing exists is because you don't want to have ruminant animals on the same plot of land for too long because they'll overgraze. Then they'll have, larvae from their feces. They'll eat that, and then it gives them all kinds of, parasites and all that stuff. And that's why people vaccinate their livestock. That's why people use hormones. That's why there's just a lot of chemicals in the meat. The way you avoid those parasites is if you don't overgraze an area, and ideally you move them through in a way that animals that follow them complement the soil health even more. So like if the chickens are scratching through the cow crap, eating the larva, there's not going to be larvae there. They're also defecating on the ground, improving the soil health. Mm-hmm. And then you let enough time before you graze that same area again. So no chemicals, no vaccines, no antibiotics and stuff, higher quality meat, and then better soil health. And then you can just be way more productive with the land that you have. So he does all that the right way, and he's wanting to find a way to monetize that and, scale it up. So he and I might start talking about, creating like an online presence for him where he can, because like with all that, you have to charge a premium because there's so much more work involved.
Oh, yeah.
Rotating them and giving them the high quality feed and like doing it right. So he's going to have to charge more than what you would pay for something at Walmart. But in order for him to do that, he's going to have to find a customer base that values that quality and is okay paying that premium, knowing what the quality is they're getting. So he and I have been kind of talking about that, and I've been trying to point him towards the online space to do so, because like Lincoln, Arkansas, where we're at, like most of the people around here are not going to appreciate what he's got.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You got to find your niche target.
Yeah, niche target for sure.
But they're out there. They're willing to pay a little bit more. Those are the people that value actual nutrition. They don't want.
Yeah, I mean, those are the people that are buying the Keto Bricks instead of Snickers bars.
Exactly.
Yep. So they're out there.
They're out there. But if he finds a way to market himself and educate the consumer on what his practices are, online, that would be awesome. So then would he ship product further out?
Yeah, he'd have to widen his circle. Yeah, he'd have to ship products because I don't think there would be enough in the local community. I don't think. Maybe Fave will, maybe. But like going online, building more brand awareness, all that good stuff. So I've been talking with him on that, and he's just a cool guy. I think actually what we might do is when we do my show in September, I may have him come out and bring that roaster that he had at the retreat.
Yeah, sweet.
And he can roast either a pig or a lamb on that. And my dad's going to be there barbecuing as well. But that way we can have like all the competitors just being able to walk by and like load up a plate full of, roasted hog or something.
That would be, and he gets some publicity out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
does he ever do like farmers markets or anything?
I think he did for a while, but I don't know for how long or I don't know the details on that. Because like right now he's just been learning all this stuff. Like he was wanting to get into bees. He's wanting to do it all. And he's been like producing enough for his family, but he's trying to scale it up where he would actually be able to like sell products as well, monetize it.
We went to the farmers market in Rogers this weekend. That's a pretty big.
Is it popping? I've never been there.
It's pretty awesome. It spans across like the whole square. They kind of had it shifted a little bit because they're doing some road construction in the area, but it was pretty awesome. There's a ton of people.
Have you been to the one in Fayetteville?
No, I have not.
On the square there, it's pretty good, but there's a lot of like a lot of produce, a few meat vendors, and then like a lot of like soaps and candles and stuff like that.
Like tallow, skincare and that kind of stuff. There wasn't a lot of meat places or farms at the one there. I noticed because I was kind of keeping tabs on it because that's what I was kind of seeking out just to peek at. There's a couple, but yeah, there's like there were some florists, there's some tons of craft booths, woodworking.
The woodworking ones are cool.
Yeah,
like the cutting boards and all that stuff.
Yeah, my mom and dad had woodworking booths like set up as a vendor at some up north stuff back in the day, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is cool. I was thinking about this after leaving Stan's. I was just thinking, and I need to like make this into a graphic or an illustration or something. But I feel like there's like 3 or 4 tiers of nutrition, and like you transcend one, you move to the next.
Yeah.
And I feel like the baseline is put food in your mouth when you're hungry and eat
standard
it. Standard
American diet. No,
standard
decision
American diet,
making.
like no thought toward anything. And then you move towards like macros, like taking stock in, carbs, fats, proteins, how much of each you're eating, with the idea of trying to optimize health or performance or lose weight or gain muscle or whatever the goal may be. Yep. But that's like level 2. Level 3 is when you adopt like, a quality ketogenic diet or something like that, where, you're trying to target a certain metabolic state, like being in ketosis and benefiting from, circulating blood ketones. And that could be like paleo for the people that resonate with
Mediterranean
that,
diet, or something that's a little bit more structured, right?
Or whatever the case may be. But the top tier, echelon number 4, is when you're not only tracking the macros, adhering to a certain dietary protocol that you feel is beneficial for your goals.
And sustainable.
Tier 4 is when like you really emphasize knowing where your food comes from. Because then you're not only impacting your own body's health, but you're impacting the local community. Mm-hmm. You're impacting the animals that contributed towards providing that food. And for me, that's like getting all of my food from a local farmer or rancher that practices regenerative agriculture, or growing it all and raising it all myself, or hunting it all and placing a well-placed shot on the animal, and then knowing it died a good death, and I don't waste anything. Like it all gets eaten. Yep. Like that to me, in my book, is like the top tier of nutrition.
Yeah, so, I agree. So like you at the top tier, you are most definitely valuing nutrient quality, nutrient density. Like you're just not putting any junk in.
Yeah. But I'm not quite there, because like there'll still be times where like Crystal and I will go to Whole Foods to buy, heavy cream or yogurt or something like that. Like I'm not 100% removed from the commercial system yet. Mm-hmm. Like I want commercial system yet.
commercial.
Yeah.
Industrial.
So I'm almost there, because like most of the meat that I eat, stuff that I've raised or killed or gotten from a local farmer, but I want to get to the point where it's like 100% self-sufficiency. Mm-hmm. So that's the goal.
Where do you think most of your clients fall on that 1 to 4? I feel like you have to, if you hire
probably 3.
I would say 2. Yeah, I mean 2 or 3. Like the clients that come in my space probably start in maybe 2. Try to get them worked into 3.
Yeah. Well, if they're coming to me, they're definitely wanting to do keto. So at that point, they're already.
So
3.
they're already tuned in with macros, at least, fats, proteins, carbs.
And I guess people could probably jump around, because I've got people like in my men's group that are going to buy some of this cow that I'm getting from somebody because they want that high quality, but they're not necessarily tracking macros or following a specific diet. They just want to eat quality food.
I think those 4 layers can kind of overlap one another.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's this could be a whole nother podcast conversation. This actually may be the podcast conversation for next week, because I don't know that much about it yet, but there's all this huff around the new keto CTA study with cholesterol, atherosclerosis, that's a hard word to say fast.
Commercial.
Commercial that Nick Norwitz and Dave Feldman just put out. But there's there's a lot going on, lots of controversy around that. So I've seen all the firefights on Twitter, but I haven't dove in to actually see and read the study myself. So I need to do that.
Is there a lot of negativity?
I'm going to totally botch it, because I've only seen the highlights. But like from what people have said, and this is, I'm not even going to say anything, because I don't know. I like Nick. I like Dave Feldman. Yeah, we'll dig into it. But I know that's a really hot topic right now. So maybe we can flesh that out and talk about that next week for sure.
Yeah. Sweet.
Your prep's going good. We'll just kind of round it out with that.
Going good.
Your calories are dropping. Your weight's dropping.
Calories are good. Our calories are down. Macros are down. Weight is going down. Body fat is going down. Still doing good in the gym. Hunger is manageable. I notice that I feel hungry at certain times of the day, so I try to structure my meal timing around that.
We're switching to OMAD for long.
Yeah, pretty soon. I think once I get to 2,000 calories, I'll probably start to push towards an OMAD.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, in the past, I always tried to wait till I got to sub 2,000 to go OMAD. But I think with this last prep I did in 23, I jumped into OMAD at like 2,200 calories.
Yeah,
man.
I'm getting close.
Yeah. It's just, when you're thinking about food, it messes with you.
Yeah. And it's so easy to do OMAD. Like I had a bowl of ground beef, butter. What the heck else did I put in there? Maybe a little salsa, whatever it was. I forgot what it was yesterday. And it was, 1,800 calories. So it's super easy to get a 2,000 calorie meal in.
I've been eating those smash burgers that you recommended with the egg life wraps.
Isn't that good?
Crashing those. I had my new low weight this past 2 days too. I'm 185 right now. So
I think I came in like 2:11 or something this morning.
Yeah, you can be out of the twos before long. Yeah. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Hopefully I'm in the one. It'd be nice to hit the stage at like 190-ish.
We're gonna get you dice, man. It just depends on how long you want your prep to be. Because I mean, if you qualify for Worlds in November, like that's a freaking long prep. Mm-hmm. But we'll probably reverse that into that one. Otherwise, it would just be too long to be in a deficit.
That'd be super long.
It'll be good. We'll make it. We'll make it work. All right, man. Well, that's a wrap. Let's go package some bricks.
All right, sweet.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Talk to you next time.
Adios.
Adios.